So I just want to share this nail system that I found that I really like as someone who is not good at nails. So I'm actually licensed to do nails and I can give a good manicure to someone else, but I've never been good at doing my own nails, or at least I've never been good at doing my right hand because I'm right-handed, right? I can give my left hand a bomb-ass manicure, but you know, it's always been a big mess to polish my non-dominant hand, therefore I've never even tried. And so I am a chronic picker and biter, and so the only way that I can keep from doing that is if I have my nails done. And so it's kind of a catch-22 because I don't want to get them done because they look so crappy when I pick them, and you know, but then they look so crappy and I pick them because they're not done. So it's become this whole thing. Well, a few weeks ago before my sister-in-law's wedding, we all went and got our nails done, got gel polish, and of course I love the gel polish because it dries instantly, right? But and it lasts for 2 weeks. But what I hate about it is the removal. Like, I freaking hate the removal, and so that's what gets me kind of stuck, is like I just hate the whole process of you know, the gel, that it can be a hassle. And so I was on, so anyways, where I was going with that was, so I got my nails done for her wedding, and then I got them redone again when they grew out. And so my nails at this point, they'd been done for a month, so they'd gotten long. So I'm like, I don't really want to like squander this. I want to do something. And I kept seeing ads for Olive and June pop up, and all the reviews and comments were like, yes, this really does work, and the before and afters looked really good. And it's not a gel, it's regular polish with that they promise like a gel finish, like it looks like gel, and they promise, they say 7 to 10, you know, I've seen anywhere from 5 to 10 days is what they say, depending on the prep. And so at first I was like, I don't know if I really want something that's not, you know, that's not gel, it's not gonna last 2 weeks, it's gonna chip, whatever. And I'm like, well, do I really need it to last 2 weeks if it's super easy to take off, and I can just redo it myself? So I started binge watching their videos, and I'm gonna show you everything that it came with in just a minute. So I started binge watching their videos, and they just have a totally unique system, and they've really made it easy for all of the things that are so hard for like the average person to do their nails. So I just did my first, it arrived today, I was super excited. I just did my first manicure with it today, and I'm really happy with the results. So I'm gonna tell you what comes in the box first. I'm gonna show you everything, then just kind of walk you through the steps, and I have a 20% off code if anyone wants it. But really, I just wanted to come on here and share, because I've never been someone that's been able to do my own nails, and this system really actually made it possible. And I can't speak to how long it lasts because I just did it today, but like I said, it was easy enough. Like, I don't care if it doesn't, I don't care if I need to redo them in 5 days, because it's easy. So first, the box comes with, let's see, so it comes with flat edge. I'm gonna walk you through the steps too. I'm just gonna first show you what they come with, then I'm gonna tell you how they suggest to do everything, because it's how I've never heard an approach like this before, and I really like it. So it comes with the flat edge nail clippers. They're not curved like your traditional nail clippers. They come with the poppy, which is really cool. This is the key to getting a non-messy finish on your non-dominant hand. So I'll show you how to use that. A cleanup brush, the polish remover pot. So this is cool. I'll show that in a minute. So polish remover pot, buffer and file, obviously, and the super shiny top coat. Things that I got in addition that don't come with the box are so the polish has primer in it. So they say you don't need primer. You don't need primer, but I went ahead and got primer just because. So I got primer, maybe somewhere. Oh, here it is. So here's the primer, which, so primer, and then nail strengthener, which I found out after I already purchased from watching a video that this actually is a primer as well, so I don't necessarily need this primer because I got the nail strengthener, which is also a primer, but it's fine. I can just use this on my toes because I don't need nail strengthener on my toes. So nail strengthener, and then ridge filler, which if you pick at your cuticles like I do, you probably have ridges in your nails. So this is ridge filler to kind of smooth out any imperfections. And then dry drops. These guys are MVP. You put it on and it makes them dry to the touch within 80 seconds, and then they dry overall in half the time. So those were the few things I got that didn't come with the box, but they send you in the system everything you need, which is super cool. So first thing you do is you shape with, so they go by what they call a 90-10 rule. So they believe in shaping 90% with the clippers and then the rest of the 10% with the file. And so if you go on their Instagram page, they actually have these nail boot camps where they go over everything in live, like it's an Instagram live, but then they upload it to their IGTV. And so they show you, the one I watched, actually she showed you how to get all 5 different shapes. She did it on all 5 of her nails. She did like a round, square, squoval, almond, and oval, and she showed you how to get all of those shapes using the clippers, which was really cool. So and I found this really speeds the process up because you kind of just cut your shape in and then you just file it to smooth it out. But with it being the flat edge on the nail clippers, that is really key for helping get that shape in there. So you start with that, and they actually recommend doing it with your old polish on so that you can see the shape better, because if the whites of your nails are uneven, it's a little bit hard to tell if your shapes are really uniform or not. So they actually suggest cutting the shape into your nail with your old polish on, okay? So you do that. And by the way, guys, if you go to their website and you go to learn, there's a video on there that shows, there are videos on there that show you how to do it from start to finish. And then if you go to their Instagram, they do boot camps where they do all kinds of fun stuff. They show beginner, intermediate, and advanced techniques. They show nail art. They show it's literally like from beginner, I don't even know how to do anything, all the way to advanced. There's all kind of stuff on the page, which is super cool. So start with the clippers, and then you go and you just smooth it out the rest of the way with the nail file. One side's a little bit more rough than the other, so obviously one's going to be more for the rougher side is going to take more off in a swoop, you know, so it just kind of depends on what you need. So then once you've done that, then you use your remover pot, which this is cool. You just stick your finger in there right in the middle, and it takes your nail polish off. And it has the top too, so like if you're doing your toes, you'd put this on, dip it upside down, and then you have the remover on this little top here, so you don't have to mess up your nails by putting nail polish remover on a cotton ball and doing it on your toes. So you can just take the polish off your toes without messing up your nails, which is super cool. This is acetone-free nail polish, and it's super easy, just took it right off. So remove your nail polish, then you buff. They suggest like throughout the week pushing your cuticles back regularly. Again, you guys can watch the videos for more details on that, but you just kind of push your cuticles back on a regular basis. And then I guess during this step you would push them back, make sure they're pushed back as far as you want them, and then you take the buffer and you just give everything a quick light buff. And then this is the part they really stress, and they say you're not going to get as long as results if you don't do this. They are really, really adamant that you do this again after you buff, is you dip into the nail remover pot again, because that's going to completely remove any sort of dust from your nails, oils, whatever, and give you a really, really clean slate. And the prep is the key to a long-lasting manicure. So, so it's cut, file, remove your polish, dip, buff, dip. So now at this point we've gotten all of our nail polish off, we've dipped again, we're at a good clean slate. So then You could theoretically just go straight in with the polish at this point because their polish has base coat in it. But I wanted to use the nail strengthener. So the nail strengthener is almost like it's really, really liquidy. It kind of just like evaporates and like immediately. So it's not, this isn't a polish consistency. This is just like you put it on and then it just kind of like disappears. And then I did the ridge filler because I do have ridges in some of my nails, and this is thicker. This is more like polish consistency, but actually like a little bit thicker. So then you put your ridge filler on, let that dry, and then you're ready to go in with your polish. So I'm going to show you Poppy because Poppy is super cool. So their polish, so Poppy fits on, they say, any regular nail polish bottle, but their polish has an over cap on it. So what you do is you pop this off. And then, oh, about their brush too. Their brush is super cool. So, so you take that and first so their brush is flat. It's not a round nail polish brush. It's literally, you can see that, completely flat. So that when you polish your nails, it makes it a lot easier. It just fans over in the perfect way. I'm sure you guys have had like nail polish before that the brush was a little, like if it's super round, it's really hard to get it spread over your nail easily. So this, they designed the brush so it's super easy to cover more surface area with one swipe. So that's super cool. So what you do, sorry, with Poppy. So you find the flat edge of the brush so you know exactly where it is, okay? So that's the flat. So you put that there, and then you line the flat edge of the Poppy up with the flat edge of the brush, and then you shimmy it on there. So okay, so now we've got Poppy, and so this is how you paint your nails. And so it's way easier for this, for some reason, I don't know why, you'll have to ask them or look at their website or whatever, but this makes it way, way easier to polish, and especially makes it way easier to polish your non-dominant hand. And again, I'm not sure why, but it just does. It made painting my right hand 1,000 times easier because it's just an easier grip, I guess. Like if you're holding the, I mean, this is like assuming that the cap was still attached here. It's a little bit more awkward to hold this versus the Poppy. It just gives you more to hold on to, more to grip. I was actually surprised after watching all their videos. Again, I wouldn't like invest in this system without watching their videos first, or at least I wouldn't start. I would invest in it because I did, but I wouldn't start using it without watching a lot of their videos first. Like it took 5 or 6 days for it to come in, and so I just binged all their videos, and now I just feel like a freaking expert. So you do. And of course, I didn't know it, but every shade I bought was intermediate or advanced because they have, this is cool too, they have, their shades are different levels. So they're more sheer colors that are more forgiving, those are beginner, and then they have intermediate and advanced. And after I picked my colors and then I started watching their videos on Instagram, I realized that there were beginner colors and I had not purchased any of them. So that was a fun, exciting thing. So you do thin coats, like thin coats, and you layer them. So it's supposed to be streaky. The first coat is supposed to be streaky because it's when you do thick coat, it doesn't dry enough. That's when you get dents in your nails. So 2 to 3 really thin coats, and if it's 2 or 3, it just depends on the color. They kind of tell you, or obviously you can use your eyes. And if 2 coats does not, it's still a little bit see-through, then the 3rd coat will totally fix everything. And trust me, that is true, because some of these colors, after the 2nd coat, I was like, man, that is not, there's no way, like that's not gonna look good. And then the 3rd coat just like made it instantly amazing. So it's 3 swipes, 1 down the middle, 1 down each side, really thin, let it dry, do another one, and then depending on the shade, you might need another one after that. Okay, so then this is the cool part. So after you've done that, while you're waiting for your last coat to dry, before you do your super glossy top coat, then you take your cleanup brush. And this is where it really doesn't matter if you messed up, during the whole rest of it, because the cleanup brush, you dip in your nail pot and then you can go around and you can clean up anywhere that you got, you know, around your edges. So it's, you know, as easy as everything else makes it, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter because you can go around and clean up and make everything perfect with this, which is super cool. So then you go and you finish with the super glossy top coat, and this is where the MVP comes in, the dry drops. These things work. So I put 1 to 2 drops on each nail. Within 80 seconds, it's dry to the touch, and then it speeds up, it cuts your like full dry time in half. And so I will say that, oh, and then I'm gonna tell you about cuticle serum, then I'm gonna tell you more about dry drops. So then cuticle serum, this is like their award-winning serum. It comes with a little, on a little spongy thing, and they recommend just putting this on 2 to 3 times a day. It's, this really hydrates and treats your cuticles, so they are big believers in training your cuticles to, you know, not have excess, to not have to, basically taking care of your cuticles and keeping them hydrated. It's going to keep them in good shape. And so when you put this on, it also has the added benefit of just making your nails look super glossy again. It's hydrating that skin, and this is like their award-winning product. So this is something that you can keep with you and carry in your purse and just do regularly, whatever. So the thing with the dry drops, so I will say, so overall, I'm really, really impressed with the level that my manicure turned out. It's definitely not like the, you know, it's, if you look really closely, I mean, you're gonna see imperfections. It definitely is not as good as the professionals out there, but considering what a typical manicure of mine would look like on myself, this is amazing quality, and I know it's only gonna get better because I was just trying, you know, it was my first time, I was just getting the hang of it. I do have a few wrinkles, but that is not the nail polish's fault, because literally as I was finishing my last coat, I got a call from someone who was putting in my salon floor, and she wanted to know if I could meet her up there earlier than originally planned to drop off the flooring. So I literally had to go move flooring with wet nail polish. So I cannot blame the nail polish for any wrinkles from that, but I will say, considering the fact that I did my nails and then went and moved shit, I actually really don't have many, like, you can't even notice the wrinkles unless you get, like, you're really looking for them. So overall, so far so good. Olive and June is a win in my book, and if you want to try it yourself, there's a 20% off code linked in the comments. We'll see how long it lasts, and I will update with that. But like I said, I don't necessarily need it to stay perfect for 2 weeks because it's so easy to do. And it's, you know, if something messes up, you just literally dip your fingers in the remover pot and it's off and you can redo it, versus like having it be a big ordeal of soaking it in acetone, and you know the drill with getting gel polish off. So like I said, I did it, put the dry drops on, then went and moved flooring, and I mean, you can't even see any of the mistakes from it. So very, very happy with it. They made it super easy for someone who is not good with her own nails and definitely is not kind to her cuticles, and I would definitely recommend giving it a shot for someone who isn't good with nails but would like to be. So that's all I have for you. Let me know if you have any questions, and let me know if you decide to try it. So have a good night, and I will talk to you soon.